Shalom, shalom. HALALYAM, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. The abundance of the elders and apostles are given us from the teacher Mobile. Peace and salutation. Peace and salutations be to the full elect. Brother Atazma, I'm coming at you from the Prophets in Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. This lesson is going to be going into belief. And, the title of belief is a powerful tool, somewhere along the lines. Alright, so we started in the book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 22. And all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. And so scripture say, Yahawashi said it, all things that you ask in prayer, if you believe, you're going to receive it. He's going to give it to you. All you got to do is believe, man. Of course, faith is dead without works. So you got to put work towards it too. So if you believe, you ask in prayer for a better job or a job period, and you believe you're going to get one, then you got to do the work as looking for one. Yeah, it's not going to just fall in your lap. It's not going to wake up one day. You're not going to wake up one day and be hired to a good job, you know, and you got to get up and go on to work and clock in. No, you got to apply yourself first, and then these things will come. What the Lord does is he allows your hand to succeed. And because we're under the curses, our hand is automatically, when we're born, our hands automatically are destined to fail. But when you pray for something from the Lord, okay, you come into this truth, he allows your hand to succeed. And so then when you believe that you can cast out demons, the Lord puts the succession in your hand, and then they flee when you cast them out. You believe that you can get a better job, and you go put the work behind it. The Lord puts the succession in your hand, and you get that better job. You know, so the Lord, scripture say, the Lord gives the increase. Okay, nothing is of its own. All right. Mark 11:24 is like unto it. It says, therefore I say unto you, what things soever you desire when ye pray, believe that you receive them, and ye shall have them. So you gotta believe that you received them already. You just waiting on it. You gotta believe the Lord has already given it to you. You just waiting on it. But still apply yourself. Or what Friday said, you gotta apply yourself, Smokey. You know, Smokey wasn't applying himself, he was just sitting on it. It says, John 6:35, and Yahawashi said unto them, I am the bread of life. Ooh, so Yahawashi is the bread of life. He feeds you. He's your food, your spiritual food. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. All right, now this is speaking spiritually, but also physically, also literal. You know, you believe in the Lord, but you ain't gonna never hunger or thirst. You ain't gonna never be found. And the scriptures say, when have you ever seen the righteous seed begging bread, you know, or forsaken? You know, you out there asking for food, begging, so can you please feed me? No, because the Lord gonna feed them. The Lord takes care of them, you know, because they put the Lord first. The Lord is also going to take care of them while they're here in the world, that they suffer not. But it says, he that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. Now Israel, 2/3 of Israel, they got that that zeal, but not according to knowledge. So they always looking, but they can't find The scriptures say, how King David prayed, said, "Let their table be a snare for them, a snare unto them. When they go try to find you, Lord, let it be a snare to them." So they fall into these different traps, these different false camps, and these different doctrines and ideologies, okay, of what the Lord is when it's not true. But the Lord's elect will always be with Him. Scriptures say it was they were created, to be conformed to the image of the Most High's Son, who YAHAWASHI. Okay, so when they were born, automatically that seal of mercy was put on them, so that sometime in their life they will come back to the Lord. It says, in the book of Mark, chapter 5 and verse 36, "As soon as Yahushua heard the word that was spoken, he said unto the ruler of the synagogue, Be not afraid, only believe." So even a belief can deter the things that you fear. You may fear certain things, okay? You may fear certain people. You may fear certain conditions. You may worry for the future, okay? But the Lord said, "Be not afraid, only believe." All you gotta do is believe, man. There's nothing, first and foremost, there's nothing you can do about the future. There's nothing you can do about the conditions and things that'll happen to you. All you have to do is believe and trust that the Lord got you in every situation, and you'll be fine. The prophets of old that wrote these scriptures, they went through dire situations, okay? You think they just gave up and said, I don't want to believe anymore, I don't want to do it. No, they kept going until the end. Scriptures say these all died in their faith, not having seen the promise, okay, but still having faith that it'll come. And at their end, at the last end, some of these men died at old age and still believed. Some people ask themselves, damn, do I see myself doing this 50 years from now? And they can't give the answer, And that's because they don't know if they can last 50 years. They don't know if they can endure. Scripture say, "He that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." But they don't know if they can endure unto the truth, they can endure being in the truth unto the end. And if that's a question for you, if that's something if you don't know that you can do, then you're damned already, man. Because that means you never believed. So give me a second. So that means you never believed, man. So you questioning, oh man, how long can I do this for? Oh man, I don't know if I want to be doing this all the way until I'm old. That means you don't see this as a lifestyle. You don't see this as a new life. You see it as a phase. You see it as a chapter in your life. You see it as something that you probably don't want to do forever. But when you truly wake up to this truth, you're born again. The person you were before completely dies. These men haven't killed off the old man. They still got lusts and things of the world that they can't let go. They don't want to sacrifice for the Lord. YAHAWASHI, when the Lord sacrificed for them, they want to be niggas and hold the stuff that they have, knowing that these things that you have in this life are temporary. You can't leave this life with them, okay? And all things that you have were given to you by the Lord. So you had the nerve to say that you can't sacrifice for the Lord. It's niggatry. Blatant niggatry. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 23 and verse 4. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, unless here in America, man, it says, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, forever. That's what you got to say. That's what you got to pray, man. You need to pray this daily, because you go out there in the world, and there's nothing but death and destruction out there, at every turn, at every corner, But the Lord has preserved us through it all. All right? The Lord has kept you. Yet you say, wherein hast thou left us? That's strict for you. This is the book of Romans, chapter 10, and verse... book of Romans, chapter 10, and verse 9. It says that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord YAHAWASHI, and shalt believe in thine heart that Yahweh hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. For with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and the heart goes into la'ab, which goes into mind. So with the heart man believeth unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. So the tongue, as scripture saying, the tongue holds the power of life and death. Reach forth your hand, whichever one you choose. It says, for the scripture saith, whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. And that scripture talks about those that are going to arise, some to everlasting life and some to everlasting shame, and contempt. Okay, you don't want to have that shame because you didn't believe in the Lord. Okay, and you can say you believe all day long, but the Lord knows your heart. And these wicked ass dicks love to say, the Lord know my heart. The Lord know my heart. While they're still doing wickedness. In the midst of them doing wickedness, doing the things that the Lord hates, they say, the Lord knows my heart. Okay, you got people saying, only the Lord can judge me. Well, the Lord's warning you. And you hear the prophets telling you what not to do. It's the Lord warning you, telling you to turn from your wicked way. And if you don't, guess what? You're going to get that judgment the Lord said He's going to give to your ass, that you said the Lord going to give to you. So confession is made into salvation, man. Okay, you confess your wicked deeds into the Lord, ask for forgiveness, and confess that He is the Lord, and you're going to be all right. The Lord going to take care of you. He's going to look out for you, because He's going to know that you know who He is and what He's done. He's going to know that you know what you're a part of. But these wicked niggas won't get the same treatment, because they ain't never going to confess. They're going, Lord, I ain't got no sin, Lord. They're going to try to see, the Lord, do you know me? Do you know me, Lord? Because they worship themselves. They don't worship the Lord YAHAWASHI. They don't follow after the ways of YAHAWASHI. They follow after their own bellies. Their own lusts have deceived them. And then pride is their cloak. It says, the book of This is the book of Mark, chapter 9, and verse 21. And he asked his father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? Matter of fact, I'll start a little earlier. Book of Mark, chapter 9, and verse is one of the miracles that YAHAWASHI had done. It says, so the book of Mark, chapter 9, and verse... .17. So it says, and one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which hath a dumb spirit. And wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him, and he foameth and gnasheth with his teeth, and pineth away. And I spake to thy disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not. He answereth him and saith, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? Well, like, what y'all doing, man? I taught you how to do this. Where's your faith? It says, how long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me. And they brought him unto him, and when he saw him, straightway the spirit tear him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed foaming. So he was having seizures, man. Okay. It says, and he asked his father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, of a child, and oft times it hath cast him into the fire and into the waters to destroy him. But if thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us. It says, Yahushua said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe. Help thou my unbelief. So even if you have a problem believing, pray unto the Lord that he can help your unbelief. You know, help you for the things that help you in the areas where you lack. You may lack faith. Ask the Lord to increase your faith and do your best to believe. And guess what? You're going to receive it. When Yahushua saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the foul spirit, saying unto him, Thou dumb and deaf spirit, I charge thee, come out of him, and enter no more into him. And the spirit cried and rent him sore, and came out of him. And he was as one dead, insomuch that many said, He is dead. But Yahushua took him by the hand, and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he was come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, Why could we not cast him out? And he said unto them, This kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. And they departed thence, and passed through Galilee, and he will not that any man should know it. So the Lord say, these things you can't cast demons out with nothing but by prayer and fasting. Okay, that's the way you're gonna get them out. You need to be fasting. You need to be praying, man. All right. And with that prayer, you gotta believe. Okay. In order for you to fast, you gotta believe, man. All these things come from belief. John chapter 14 and verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in YAHAWASHI. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in Yahweh, believe also in me. Okay. That was YAHAWASHI speaking. It says, it drops down to verse 6. Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. If ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also. And from henceforth ye know him, and have seen him. It says, Philip saith unto him, Lord, shew us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Yahushua saith unto him, Have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, shew us the Father? Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. Woo! Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you, He that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. Whew. Okay, so now you must believe. That's why we say Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the Father in the name of the Son. Okay, because in doing so, we glorify the Father through the Son. It says, if you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you. Okay, so the Lord gave us what? Lord, what have we done? Be that man, he gave us the RAWCHAA QADASH to dwell with us forever. All right, from generation to generation. Okay, the scriptures say the spirit of a prophet is subject to a prophet. The spirit of a believer is subject to a believer, man. All right. Acts chapter 16, verse 31. We'll close out with this. It says, and they said, believe on the Lord, Yahawashi Mashiach, and thou shalt be saved, thou shalt be saved, and thy house. Okay. So thou shalt be saved, and thy house, as long as you believe in the Lord, YAHAWASHI, Mashiach. So belief is powerful. With belief, you can do many things, man. But without it, you can't do anything. Okay? You're just a lowly man in this vessel trying to survive. These vessels trying to survive the elements. But when you begin to believe, you learn how to operate the elements. All right? But with that, I truly hope this lesson was edifying to you. I can not worth listening to the sincerity. Until next time, I give all glory, honor, praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.